Shalom. Okay, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai, Ba'ashim Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Okay. This is going to be a story fashioned around a prophet. And this prophet was ordained by Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai. This story was centered around the time when the 10 tribes of Israel, and which was the northern kingdoms, which are the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, and the southern kingdom, which is the tribe of Judah, split under King Solomon's son, and the man that got the northern kingdom was Jeroboam. You see, so this was around that time. And so the prophet, who was called by Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai, was given the direct orders to go to Jeroboam and to prophesy the downfall of the house of Jeroboam. Everyone that pisses against the wall will be destroyed, and there will be none left of the house of Jeroboam. But this story centers around the point of disobedience, because this prophet did not completely do as all that the Most High commanded him to do. Okay? And the story really hit me when I was reading it, 1 Kings, the 13th chapter, because the Lord will not automatically just kill you right there and there. The Lord always gives you a choice to make. Okay? There's always a choice. The Lord is a balanced power, as we all know. And the scripture to prove that is, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 19. This is when the Lord is speaking to the nation of Israel as a whole. It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that thou and thy seed may live. Right, so the Lord always gives us a chance to choose life and death. Okay, that the right path or the wrong path. Okay, sin or righteousness. The Lord always allows us to choose. But the Lord, when we don't follow up to what we sanction with the Lord, when you make a vow with Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai, you get punished for that. You get judgment for that. Okay, and that's what this story revolves around. Well, let me go into it real quick, man. This is 1 Kings 13 and 1. And it says, And behold, there came a man of God out of Judah by the word of the Lord unto Bethel, and Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense. Now this is around the time when Jeroboam was leading the northern kingdom to error in every work, by setting up groves and by setting up places to offer up incense to false gods and false powers. They were offering incense to these golden calves, which was a great sin to the northern tribe. It said he cried against the altar in the word of the Lord, and said, O altar, thus to the Lord, behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David, Josiah by name, and upon thee shall he offer the priests of the high places that burn incense upon thee, and man's bones shall be burned upon thee. And he gave a sign the same day, saying, This is the sign which the Lord has spoken. Behold, the altar shall be rent, and the ashes that are upon it shall be poured out. Right, this is the judgment that was going to befall the house of Jeroboam. It says, And it came to pass, when King Jeroboam heard the saying of the man of the Most High. So this is the prophet that was speaking this. It says, which had cried against the altar in Bethel, that he put forth his hand from the altar, saying, Lay hold on him, and his hand which he put forth against them. Slakia. It says that he put forth his hand from the altar, saying, Lay hold on him, and his hand which he put forth against him dried up, so that he cannot put it in again to him. Right. So Jeroboam, his hand turned into concrete. It became hard as a rock. You see, but that was the power of Yahweh Ba'ashin Yahushai. It says the altar also was rent, and the ashes poured out from the altar, according to the sign which the man of Yahweh has given by the word of the Lord. Okay, let me jump to the point. I don't want to make this video too long. Okay? Let me jump down to verse 6. And the king answered and said unto the man of the Most High, Entreat now the face of the Lord thy power, and pray for me that my hand may be restored to me again. And the man of God besought the Lord, and the king's hand was restored him again and became as it was before. Right, so he healed his hand. Okay, through the power of Yahweh Shai, that spiritual power in itself. It says, And the king said unto the man of God, Come home with me, and refresh thyself, and I will give thee a reward. For the Most High made a covenant with his prophet, saying, Do not eat bread, nor drink water, and do not come in the same way that you came out. You see, do not leave the same way that you came in, but go a whole different way. Let's see how this prophet responded. And the man of God said unto the king, If thou wilt give me half thy house, I will not go in with thee, neither will I eat bread, nor drink water in this place. For so was it charged me by the word of the Lord, saying, Eat no bread, nor drink water, nor return again by the same way that thou camest in. So he went another way, and returned not by the way that he came to Bethel. Now there dwelt an old prophet in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works that the man of the Most High had done in the day in Bethel. The words which he had spoken unto the king, them they told also to their father. So this was another prophet that was in Bethel, you see. And it says, And their father said unto them, What way went he? For his sons had seen what way the man of Yahweh went, which came from Judah. And he said unto his sons, Saddle me the ass. So they saddled him the ass, and he rode thereon, and went after the man of God, and found him sitting on an oak. And he said unto him, Art thou the man of God that camest from Judah? And he said, I am. Then he said unto him, Come home with me, and eat bread. And he said, I may not return with thee, nor go in with thee, neither will I eat bread, nor drink water with thee in this place. For it was said to me by the word of the Most High, Thou shalt eat no bread, nor drink water there, nor return again to go by the place that thou camest. He said unto him, I am a prophet, also as thou art. And an angel spake unto me by the word of the Lord, saying, Bring him back with thee into thy house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. Right. So the Most High put a lying spirit upon this prophet to tell this other prophet that was lying under the oak to go back with him to eat bread and water, which he was forbidden by the Most High to do. You see? But the Most High can do that. The Most High can put lying spirits upon people to fulfill his will. You see? But he was also testing that prophet to see if he would keep the ordinances that he commanded him to do. And one perfect example of the Most High putting lying spirits upon people is 1 Kings 22. You see? Let's get that real quick. Let's go to 1 Kings 22. That's the 22nd chapter. Okay? Because the Most High, everything is done in perfectness, you see? And the Most High will try you, man. Just like he did to Yahushua. When Yahushua was fasting 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness, what happened? Satan came unto him, promising him that he could give him the world. He can give him riches, that he should tempt the Most High. But Yahushua, through the Spirit, he defied Satan. Okay? And ultimately, Satan fled from him because Yahushua stayed in the Spirit. Okay? But this is 1 King 22. And the king said unto him, How many times shall I adjure thee that thou tell me nothing but that which is true in the name of the Lord? And he said, I saw Israel scattered upon the hills as sheep that have not a shepherd. And the Lord said, These have no master. Let them return every man to his house. Let me jump down to the point. Verse 19. And he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead, and one sit on this manner and another on that manner. Right. So they were basically having, the spirits were basically giving different ways on how they were going to persuade Ahab. You see, but there was one spirit that, in particular, that basically, he said that he will be a lying spirit in the mouth of the false prophets of Ahab. All right, verse 21. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord has spoken evil concerning thee. So the point I was trying to get off of that is the Lord can put a lying spirit upon a person, to cast a stumbling block before that person that he's trying to test. You see, and that's exactly what happened to this prophet right here. The Lord ultimately put a lying spirit upon this prophet from Bethel, which actually tricked him. Okay. Let me jump down to 1 Kings 13. Back to the chapter that we were in, and verse 18. He said unto him, I am a prophet also as thou art. And the angel spake unto me by the word of the Lord, saying, bring him back with thee into thine house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. Right. He lied unto him. So let's see what the prophet did. So he went back with him. Even though the Lord told him not to do that, he still went back. You see, you can't blame the Lord for doing this, because ultimately the Lord was testing him. And when we put ourselves in that same shoe, the Lord can test us on that level as well, man. You see, to see if we're going to keep the vow that we make with Yahweh Shi Yahshai. Because ultimately, when you come into this truth, you make a vow with the Most High. We don't belong to ourselves anymore, man. Our lives and all our decisions and our well-being, we belong to the Most High. We're that sacrifice. Because we don't offer the sacrifices that we did in the ancient times, when we were offering up goats, all right, and lambs without blemishes. No, when we make our bodies a living sacrifice, and that's pertaining to Romans the 12th chapter. See, let me get Ecclesiastes 5:4 real quick. It says, when thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it. Right, so when you make a vow with the Most High, defer not to pay it. The Most High is not like a man, okay? He's going to expect you to do the things that you say that you're going to do, okay? It says, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Right. Ultimately, that's when you put your hand to the plow. You make a contract with Yahweh Shi Yahshai. You see? And you can't just, change your mind one day and say, I don't want to do this anymore. Because what's going to happen, the Lord's going to kill you. And that's what we're going to come to find out back in the story. What's going to happen to this prophet. Because he disobeyed the words of Yahweh Shi Yahshai. Okay, back in 1 Kings 13. And verse 19. So it says, so he went back with him and did eat bread in his house and drink water. And it came to pass as they sat at the table, that the word of the Lord came unto the prophet that brought him back. Right. So the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon the prophet that had that lying spirit, to speak the words of the Most High unto the prophet that did not keep his vow. It says, he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah, saying, thus said the Lord, for as much as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and hast not kept the commandment which the Lord thy power commanded thee, but camest back and hast eaten bread and drunk water in this place, of the which the Lord did say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water, thy carcass shall not come unto the sepulchre of thy fathers. So that was a death threat. The Lord said he was going to kill him for being disobedient, because he did not keep that vow that the Lord, that he made with the Most High. You see? And I also got another precept. This is 1 Corinthians 6:20. It says, for you are bought with a price. Therefore glorify Yahweh in your body and in your spirit, which are Yahweh's. Right. We don't belong to ourselves, man. We don't belong to ourselves. We change our life over and we give our lives over to Yahweh Shin Yahshai. Okay? We don't make our own decisions anymore. The Lord ultimately controls us, you see? But being in His truth in particular, we're supposed to do and we're supposed to follow through with what we made a vow with until the very end. You see, which is doing this work, glorifying the name of Yahweh Shin Yahshai until the very end. Okay? Verse 22. But Kim is back and has eaten bread. Let me jump down to verse 23. And it came to pass after he had eaten bread and after he had drunk, that he saddled for him the ass to whip for the prophet whom he had brought back. And when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him, and his carcass was cast in the way, and the ass stole by it. The lion also stole by the carcass, right? So the lion did not do any harm to the ass. He only had one target, which was the prophet of Judah. Because why? Because he did not keep his vow. So what's the moral of this story, man? The moral of the story is you gotta keep your vow. You can't be disobedient. When you make a vow to Yahweh Shin Yahshua, you gotta keep it, man, until the very end. See, some guys put their hand to the plow, but they don't count the cost. Scripture said we're that sacrifice, you know, we're that sweet savior to Yahweh Shin Yahshua. And when we do these works, when we push the truth, when we go out to the highways and byways, we're sending up those sweet saviors, man. Okay. But some guys, you know, when they get put through that fire, they can't take it, and they ultimately end up falling out. So the only thing that's left for them is death. That's the only thing waiting down the line. So, you know, I pray that was edifying until the next time I say Shalom.